I hadn't planned to buy and review the new Battlefront Magach 6 Blazer kit, but viewers of our Table Ready livestream talked me into it. Some quick online shopping post-stream means I ordered a box of the new Israeli M60 Magach kit, including the Siocast turrets fitted with Blazer explosive reactive armour. They've arrived, so stick with me as I crack the box open and see what's inside. The new Magach with Blazer armour is one of the new release kits designed to go with the recent Israeli book for Team Yankee. This book covers all the Israeli units from Oil Wars and introduces a host of new kits, like the Merkava 3 and WWIII recce vehicle, as well as paratroopers and reserve infantry formations. The new Magach 6 Tank Platoon box has parts to build 5 vehicles. The base kit here is the existing plastic M60, which already has options to build an Israeli example. What this box set adds are parts to upgrade the plastic kit to the variant with Blazer Explosive Reactive Armour, or ERA. The Battlefront M60 plastic kit isn't new, so in this review I'm just going to focus on the Blazer add-ons. But what is Blazer? It's a form of explosive reactive armour, an active armour upgrade that helps defeat incoming attacks. The ERA concept uses a counter-explosion to disrupt or deflect a projectile, degrading its penetrating power against the tank's passive armour. Generally it comprises numerous blocks consisting of explosive filler sandwiched within metal flyer plates. These blocks are placed over the normal tank armour, providing an additional layer of active protection. The impact of a hit triggers the ERA blocks to explode. The concussive effect of the explosion and the mechanical action of the flyer plates being pushed apart degrade the energy of the incoming projectile. In the case of high explosive anti-tank rounds, which function by using an explosion to push a high-velocity shaped charge jet through the armour, the ERA counter-explosion impedes the formation of the jet. This reduces the attack's energy and increases the chance the armour plate can resist penetration. This effect on heat rounds was early ERA's main benefit. It had significantly less success disrupting AP rounds, which use a slender metal penetrator at high velocity to pierce the armour plate like an arrow. However, later ERA systems include thicker flyer plates and other techniques that break up or deflect the penetrator. ERA has extended the useful life of older vehicles like the T-55, Centurion and M60. It's particularly useful to upgrade vehicles without modern composite armour. However, it's also used extensively by several countries on their current vehicle fleets, including Russia. Let's look at the parts. Again, I'm just looking at the parts unique to this Blazer variant box set. Check out my previous Magach 6 review of the base plastic kit if you want details of that. What you get in the box are 5 unique Siocast resin turrets, 5 ERA hull armour upgrades, 5 FN mag loaders machine guns and 5 wind sensor parts. You also get a selection of Israeli tank commander figures. These all come together in a Ziploc bag in the box. The turrets come in 3 unique sculpts, each with different arrangements of stowage and minor details. This should help create variations between the tanks in your force. The turrets are Siocast resin, so you'll need to use superglue to add any parts to them. The resin turrets replace the main plastic turret parts entirely, but you'll still need to finish them with some parts from the plastic sprue, like hatches, as well as main guns and machine guns. I guess a full replacement here is easier than trying to create a bunch of Blazer armour panels to glue onto the existing plastic turret. This turret replacement is the same strategy Battlefront used with the ERA-equipped US Marine M60s. It's a trade-off. The replacement resin is generally a bit softer in detail than plastic, but doing it this way is simpler, and the cost of tooling a new injection moulded plastic turret for this would be uneconomical. Plus I know some people would really love that there are 3 different sculpts included. The plastic kits are all identical unless you modify the stowage yourself. Unfortunately, 2 of the turrets in my box set were badly miscast. The main problems are flash, gaps, and misalignment near the smoke discharger boxes, along with missing detail and deformed surfaces on the lower portions of the ERA blocks. It's disappointing, but fortunately Battlefront has very good customer service and I've sent them off an email. That should get me some replacements. Fingers crossed. The Resin turret needs this wind sensor and stowage piece. There are tabs on the bottom of these that fit into slots on the turret just behind the commander's hatch. The wind sensor is part of the computerized fire control system, reading the wind condition data to adjust the calculated point of aim. There's an FN mag machine gun on a swivel mount for the loader's position. While the 30 cal and the 50 cal guns are on the plastic sprue, this additional machine gun for the Blazer variant isn't, so 5 of them are supplied here. Again, there's a slot on each turret piece to accept one. I was expecting these pieces to be white metal, but they're Siocast too. I hope these thin resin parts are rugged enough to withstand table handling. There's some give in this material, so that might help. I did think some of my guns were a bit bendy, particularly the thin barrels. Moving on to the hulls, there are 5 sets of hull ERA blocks included. These Resin Armour box panels get glued onto the plastic hull front of the kit. It looks like this would fit around some of the existing plastic detail, so correct placement should be easy with a bit of care. The widest portion of this piece goes towards the front of the hull. The fit is tight between the headlights, so you might need some trimming and sanding here to get this piece to sit down flush on the hull. It should overlap the prow of the hull, extending slightly around the join. Finally, there's the Resin Tank Commander figures. We've seen these before, but including 6 figures is nice. You won't need them all, so you can mix and match for variety. To make sure all this goes together correctly, there's a separate instruction sheet in the box. On one side are the instructions for building a standard plastic Magach 6 without Blazer armour, while the other side shows using the additional resin optional parts. This is a nice touch and should prevent any misunderstandings during assembly. So that's the Resin Magach 6 Blazer parts for Israeli M60s in Team Yankee. To be honest, I have mixed feelings about this one. Siocast was always going to be a logical choice to add the Blazer option to the plastic M60 kit. Injection moulding these parts in hard plastic was never going to be economical, and Blazer ERA is a modification Israeli players have been clamouring for. However, this flexible resin material means the detail on the parts is softer than I would like. Even discounting that 2 out of 5 turrets had significantly miscast details, the remainder are also pretty soft in places, especially around the stowage basket and gunner's sight box. I used the best turret in the bag to build my review example, so you can see the best result I could achieve out of the box. The other parts are generally okay. As with all cast resin parts, they're going to need some trimming and cleanup. Not a deal breaker. So I'm torn. I spent $90 of my own money on this box set, and I really wanted to like it. When Siocast parts work, they can look okay. A bit soft in places, but okay. However, 2 miscast turrets out of 5 is a poor hit rate. It appears that the Siocast process can be a bit hit and miss. The consolation is that Battlefront has an excellent customer service system, and I'm confident I'll end up with replacements. It just takes the gloss off the excitement of opening the box. Apart from a cool miniature, what does ERA get you? Front armour increases by 1 from 15 to 16, and you get the ERA special rule. So while the base side armour of 8 doesn't change for AP rounds, it does increase to 16 against heat rounds. Apart from that, it's the same as the previous non-Blazer equipped tank. The Magach formation in the new Israeli book covers both the standard and Blazer-equipped Magach, with the ERA variant about 1 point more expensive. There's a compulsory HQ with 1 or 2 tanks, and up to 3 platoons of 2 or 3 vehicles. It looks like you can mix Blazer and non-Blazer tanks between platoons, but not within them. The formation also has infantry and recce options, with mechanised infantry or the new reserve infantry platoons as options. Recce platoons can be mounted in light-wheeled vehicles like Jeeps or the new RBY, or tracked in M113s. Have you bought this kit? What was your opinion? Did you have a similar experience, or was I just unlucky? Let us know in the comments below. Plus, I'd like to hear from anyone who's played the Blazer variant. Did the extra armour and ERA make a difference to you on the table? We'd all love to know how you got on. I'd like to thank the Table Ready livestream viewers who demanded I buy and review this kit. Thank you for enabling my plastic kit addiction. I do have the box of Merkava 3 as well. One day I'll get that review done too. Thanks for watching. See you next time.